right, hey guys.
What's going on?
Good. This is our artist series for Let's Geek Pod. Welcome, Mr. Forrest. Thank you so much for being a guest for our artist series.
For having me.
I'm excited. Also, it's been a while since I haven't seen you.
It's been a while. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
And then, sorry. On top of that, you are the first person to ever have their music featured on our pod. So
Yes,
that all goes to you.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. I like that. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Need to celebrate. I just need a reason to celebrate today. Now you gave me one. No.
Yes, there you go. And continue to celebrate, because we were talking about this like offline a little bit, but I was like, when I first met you, you had such a small following, and look at you now. I met you like what? A year ago or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a whole year.
Yeah,
it's been a whole. It's been at least a whole year.
That's before the pandemic.
For like a hot minute. Oh wow, that's wonderful.
I love this man. So I talk to everybody like they're my family.
No, yeah, it's crazy how it's been so long, but feels like a couple weeks or something.
Yeah, no, I remember because we met before the pandemic actually hit. And I'm so embarrassed because like when we met, I was tipsy. Do you remember that?
Hey, me too.
Yeah, so did you speak with the hands?
Last night we had dinner last night over with our friends, and let me tell you, the wine, it be doing stuff to me, because I could be like, I'm having my wine and I'm like this. Like
she was thinking with her hands. Let me tell you something. No, she had the glass. She was like, "Let me tell you something, okay?" And I'm just like, "Okay." Out here, like, enough.
Hey, you just get a little more. A little personality comes out. Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. Okay, so where should we start? I do want to know a little bit more about yourself, because even though like we got introduced by our mutual Juan, hopefully he's watching, but we got introduced by him, but I actually don't know much about your music in terms of like what you've done even previously. So I guess tell us a little bit about yourself and how you started in the music career for like.
Yeah, for sure. So man, I just been playing instruments my whole life. I started playing piano when I was 3, believe it or not, in Detroit.
Oh, wow.
Originally from Detroit. So yeah, it was just neighbor's house. She taught piano. So it was like, she was like, oh, he could play now. He's 3 years old. Like, all right. So I always think that's funny because I'll look at home videos and be like, I can play piano better than I can now. I'm like, damn, like who is this? But no, but I picked up guitar and everything, middle school, whatever. And I really love playing guitar and piano and bass. So that's what I do with my music now. I create the beats, produce everything, usually guitar and bass combo. And then I'll do the drums either on like, I got an electric drum kit, or I'll produce it on like machine.
So everything is you?
Yeah, so I produce everything. Yeah, from scratch.
That's why I was so impressed. I don't remember. There was the single that you were working on, and we got to hear a little bit, me and Juan, when we were having dinner together. And I remember you played it. I was like, I was not expecting that. That sounded really great. And I think it was a song that did have a lot of bass in it too. I don't remember. Oh yeah. It was whenever.
I'm trying to think of the time. It might have been from my album that came out. Was it 2020? Yeah, well, I'm like, was it last 2020, 2019?
It was
I had an EP in the album.
2019. It was end of 2019. I remember that.
Yeah, okay.
You were like, yeah, it's about to drop. And I was like, yes.
Oh, yeah, okay. So yeah, that was off the last one, Sensations. But yeah, it's crazy how it works because I've been doing it for so long. Like, I was producing at like 17, not anything crazy, but that's when I got my program, So it's like, I got that, I was working on it. I had stuff on, I don't know if you remember Dat Piff, that was like a big mixtape website.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Like anytime Lil Wayne would have the Drought 3 or something, get off Dat Piff, like it wasn't on iTunes yet. Now it's like, it just dropped on everything. But yeah, so I was on that side. I had like mixtapes out, I had Bandcamp. I did that when I came out here. I had like 3 albums on Bandcamp, and the only thing though that sticks, that's like the best representation of me, my best stuff is what's out right now, because I didn't really start getting that understanding of producing and everything until the last, 4 years or something like that, 4 or 5, because it's just like, it's so much. the physics of sound and everything is a whole science. So I'm still trying to learn everything I can, but it takes a lot of time to get, even to what I'm doing right now. So it's a blessing to be able to create it.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, because I was like, when you start working on your craft, right, and then you see that growth, because I was telling you that before, like, I'm really happy about your growth from when I first met you until like how you are now. And so I'm wondering, is there anything that inspires you when you are working on your craft?
There's, you know what, I was just talking I was talking about this with a good friend of mine, and I was joking, like, I know The Matrix is like one of my favorite movies.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yo, when I'm plugged into the Matrix, meaning like, if I'm just like watching an episode or something, or like being out in the world, whatever, doing something, I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm about to OD sometimes, man. It's just too much inspiration, like, because I'll do so many different things, but like my process, like I'll toss on a movie or something in the background, and then I'll only watch 10 minutes of it because I start making a beat. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta get in your zone, whatever gets you to that point. Yeah. So it's just like, like it could be like one line, you know what I mean? Like that'll inspire a whole thing. So for me, I always gotta try to slow myself down and focus, because like you can write a song about anything for me. Like there's never, like, I'm the opposite of writer's block. Like, come on. we can write about anything at any time.
That's wonderful.
Yes, yeah. That's a blessing right there, that you're able to express yourself in that way. Because let me tell you, that writer's block though, ooh.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll get to you when I can. That's
I felt that way before too. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like definitely been like, oh, I can't, finish this verse or something, but I'm very decisive. So if I start something, then it's like, okay, we're just gonna finish it. Even if those 4 lines at the end aren't what I want, we just gonna finish it right now. And I might change it later. You know what I mean? So I'm just real decisive on purpose, because I want to release things and I want things to be done. And, so it helps me. It helps me in my creative process too. Like with whatever, just being like, I'm gonna finish this week. Cool. And then we're gonna move on. And then if it's worth it, you either come back to it or change something or whatever. But yeah, I just get lost in it.
That's a really good mindset to have, because like for you to get into that like space, I commend you. You know what I mean? Because some people, like for example me, I overthink a lot, and so when you tend to overthink, like, oh, what is, like, if you're writing a character where writing a what is it, like a verse or something, where are you gonna go next? And sometimes for me, like, I get stuck on what is next versus like that, I guess you could say, the bigger picture of what that meat or the heart of the song or the story is going to be. So that's I commend you.
I try, some things, I'm still working on for a while, but I try to be a combination of being decisive and also having patience, because I want to release this album like 3 months ago, and I'm just like, hey bro, it's not done. Like, let's just keep it going, get it right, and then it'll be good when it's done.
So at what age did you start singing?
You know what? I started singing. I was in a band when I was 15 and 16, and I was just playing guitar. So my friend was writing all the lyrics, and like, he's still my good friend. Shout out Connor in Nashville. What's up? But yeah, he had some amazing lyrics. We had like an alternative rock band, and he just like, I loved, I never tried to write lyrics, so he would come up with his thing, and that was his thing. So I would just like love reading them, like, oh man, because I came up with the chords, and he had the lyrics. We performed together a bunch of times. And that definitely inspired me a lot to like, probably like 16, 17, I was like playing piano, and I'm like, okay, like you're gonna eventually be in college, like who's gonna sing? You're not gonna have a band, or like you're gonna be
that don't mean nothing.
I was here, so I was like, you're gonna be somewhere else without the people in high school with you. I was like, who's gonna sing now? So I just started writing songs to piano first, for sure. And I came out with like a T-Pain sounding auto-tune song on GarageBand.
Oh my God.
And I dropped it, and my friends were all bumping it. It was funny. If I play that now, it sounds like nothing I do now. It's just funny. But Yeah, definitely always played instruments though. So like I played piano in that one.
At least you could say it's a sign of the beginning.
Right. Yeah. It's fun to look at those kind of projects. Yeah.
I totally understand because like I have a little, it's funny because I'm actually right next to it. I have this box in my room where I actually have old books and stories and stuff that I actually wrote in high school. And I'm just looking at like what I read back in the day and what I used to write. And I'm just like, now that I'm older, I said, I need to tweak this to be more adult. Because I'm reading it and I'm like, these are literally teenage problems I was writing about. And I'm just like, now that I'm older, I can't write about that no more. I could, but I'm just like, the relations, so I'm just like, we're gonna up this. So I kind of feel it's a little bit that's like funny. The same as music where it's like, it didn't used to be my style back then, but it's still me. So I'm gonna use it, you know, bring a little essence
it's
of
a
that.
Reflective thing too. And I think music and art, all of that is art. So it's like all the art, it's important to create any kind of project, because think about if you didn't create that one story, you didn't create that one song, you wouldn't be listening to it being like, oh, this is, you know. So my thing is too with writing lyrics, it's just like writing in a journal. Like you in that period of time, it's your thoughts, whatever you were creating. You're gonna look back at that a year ago and be like, dang, like I remember exactly what I was going through when I wrote this, you know. So it's the same thing as journaling. Getting your thoughts out is very I don't even know, therapeutic. Like you get to know yourself so well. Yeah.
Is there any places that you've performed because of your music? Like, you know, have you done like maybe a state fair? Have you done a concert or, you know?
Yeah, I've done a lot of different kind of shows, but out here, I've been in LA for about almost 7 years now.
7, wow.
Yeah. So I've done I was really on a hustle when I was working in K-Town at this hotel. I was doing a hotel New Year's party in the lobby, and then I was at Hotel Normandy on 6th. But anyway, yeah, I did that, and then I did some shows where I had to sell tickets to. Was going out to Anaheim, Calabasas, Canoga Park, and stuff. Anaheim, I actually played a really good show because my cousin played the bass, I played guitar, and then I had like the drum tracks that I produced like stripped down, and so it was like banging, like super loud. People can't, like I had like 10 friends come, but then it ended up being like 40, 50 people because they like heard it. So it was really cool. But yeah, you know, not too many crazy shows. I frequent the Bronson Bar in Hollywood as well. So hopefully that's coming back soon because I haven't done it since March.
Is that your favorite place you perform at?
Right now, yeah, because it's like I've performed there maybe 6-7 times. So I was really going like at least monthly or something last year, and then before that, and it was with a group of people that have found me at another place that I performed at downtown. And then this girl was a bartender and was like, oh, we starting this new whole show thing, and you know, connected to a few people, and then that same group of folks moved over to the Bronson and got some cool stuff going on. They do some comedy shows too, so it's really cool.
Is there like a place that you want to perform? Because I always hear, you know, like you always hear like artists, there's like that one location where you would love to like perform.
Yeah, you know, I haven't even thought of that. I love that. Like, I'm glad y'all even asked me that question because it's funny. I just wanted to perform like anywhere, you know what I mean? I don't perform, I don't go like on the streets or anything. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but like I do streaming a lot too. So I'm like, if I'm not streaming, then I'm probably just prefer, like I like to go to a bar or I'll open up for somebody, you know, like I like those events. Like that's just my favorite type. But I would say the Roxy. I've been to like 1 or 2 shows there. That's just a very chill vibe. And I think that I will feel comfortable playing, and I think it would be like a really cool time, you know?
Yeah. You know, I noticed that your genre sounds a little bit different because I noticed, you know, when I first met you, your sound was different. Like when I saw you and when I pictured the type of music you made, I was like, oh, I did not see that. But I really do love your music. So I was wondering, earlier you were talking about some alternative bands, and you were even in one as well. So I was wondering, what is the type of genre of music, or even like a musician that influenced you, or like, you know, kind of like guided you?
Yeah, so definitely like, I don't want to say like number one influence, but I just respect this person more than any other musician, and that's Prince. Like I just love Prince.
That's
like,
right.
Yeah, like I just love Prince. Yeah. So I got, you know, my sister is a way bigger Prince fan than me. She's my older sister. She like, you know, she definitely had put me on to some stuff.
What's
and
your favorite Prince
my parents
song?
listen to it too. Oh, my favorite Prince song. Let's
If you
see.
say mine, I'm gonna be.
I'm gonna. It's either.
Girl.
There's a couple, so it's either When Doves Cry, because that's
You
just
would.
a hit.
You would say it. You
or
would.
it's Seven. Seven is kind of a hit, like a what do you call it? Like a underground hit or whatever. It was like, have you heard of that one? It's called Seven.
No, I actually haven't. When Doves Cry is
It's
actually
like,
a song.
Ooh, you just exposed her.
Seven goes hard.
Yo, you just exposed Cat of a fake fan.
No, it's like
Yeah,
it's
I'm a
just,
fan,
Prince has
not a
like a
stan.
billion songs. Prince has so many songs.
As I say.
Yeah, because I know you can mention the Prince song. I could be like, damn, I haven't heard that one because that happened a couple weeks ago. So that
really?
dude got a lot of songs. Yeah.
That is true. Like, how many albums does he have? Like now?
Isn't it like
couldn't
12?
Yeah, something like that. I couldn't even tell you. I didn't.
Why do I feel like it's a little more than 12?
I'd say 15 just to guess.
Maybe, yeah, but minimum 12. Minimum 12. But yeah.
He did a lot. But yeah, no, so Prince, yeah, I respect Prince out of everybody. Like, I just love his music and his style. He obviously plays guitar. You know, I started with electric guitar. But other than that, people who I really came up listening to was a combination of, like, you know, that good hip hop, like Nelly or Ja Rule, the early 2000s or something.
Yeah.
Always there when you come.
Yeah, all of that.
Always on
I
time.
love the modern beats. I love that style. I love when rappers used to hop on just for a verse on an R&B track real quick. I love that. And so that's definitely reflected in my style. But also the other half of that is, you know, Nashville and country music and alternative rock, because some of the best songwriters in the world in Nashville. And I had, like, my neighbor had written the song. What was it? It was some like famous country song, and I was like, "What? Like Toby Keith? Did somebody sing that?" I was like, I didn't understand. I didn't understand yet how, like, people wrote songs for people because I was pretty young. But I was like, "What? He wrote that?" So it's like funny how Nashville is just filled with songwriters, and it's like, man, you'll never know, man. Somebody could just be living, chilling, whatever. Don't look like they're doing anything crazy, and it's like, oh, they've written like 10 hits for Dolly Parton, you know, like crazy stuff like that. So it's just real cool. A lot of good songwriters, and I was influenced by the Strokes, Phoenix, you know, Kings of Leon. They're from Nashville.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, I didn't know Kings of Leon was from Nashville. Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, they actually had lived near my homie at one point. Some crazy looking house, but yeah, I really love alternative rock. You know, I love Phoenix was a big influence. Phoenix is like a French band. They've been around since like early 90s, probably late 80s, but I really love alternative rock and that sound. Vampire Weekend is a little more alternative, like kind of softer, you know, like softer than
that. Reminds me of like back in high school when I used to joke. I went through my emo goth phase because I was listening to Panic at the Disco, Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, like Fall Out Boy, like all of them.
Yeah,
legit.
Straight up, I listen to some heavy metal too, because I mean, not like all the time or anything, but I just get influenced by people, because I had a good homie who was like really into that, and I would always be like, that's dope, man, because I don't know any bands or whatever. I just like, but when I hear it, since I play guitar, I guess that's the reason, but I respect that a lot too. Like, homies can play guitar, obviously. If you play heavy metal guitar, you're one of the best guitarists in the world, just to be able to put fingers.
No,
like,
I agree.
So when I hear something that's good, you know, I have respect for it. So I love all kinds of music, Afrobeat stuff. You know, anything, everything.
I'm so glad you said that. I just started getting her into Afrobeat.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You just got me into Afrobeat.
We watched like, Coming to America. You know, have you seen Coming to America?
I gotta watch it. I haven't seen it yet. The second one.
Man,
I'm not gonna give you a spoiler. All I just say is that there was an Afrobeat artist in that movie, and I started screaming, and she was like, "Who is that?" And I'm like, "Girl, I already played his music around because it's Afrobeats," and I'm just so like, "Yes, they got him in this movie." But
I love it, and I think all music influences each other, and like, and I'll say this because we can talk about rap all day, but my whole take on it is like when people say, "Oh, everybody can rap," that's just a fact because you're just talking. You know, with rhythm. If you have rhythm, you can rap. But if you sing, you know, it takes some kind of a talent. And it seems like, okay, like you could separate the two. But look at Bob Dylan. You know what I'm saying? Homie couldn't sing that well. Like the voice isn't that crazy, but like the lyrics are great and stuff. So like you could compare the two. But my point is, rap is always going to be a great, like you could add rap to any genre of music is my point.
And it evolves. Now we got emo rap.
Yeah, because if you just have
rap,
like just rap now, then it's like, okay, we got
observational rap.
yeah, but it's a good thing to add to it and to stem off of that, just like Afrobeat, right? Like I got this new album and one of the tracks is Afrobeat influence, but it's still alternative rock. So it's like, it has that beat behind it, but it's still guitar and bass and stuff. So like when you combine things and you add your style, is a beautiful thing, because like I'm making the song and then like I don't know till weeks later I'm playing it and I'm like, hey, this kind of cool, you know what I mean? Like,
T.Y. Savage about to be like, hey, you want to do a song with me? Andrew, you want to do a song? Andrew?
You already know.
Right.
Yo,
jump on that.
It's beautiful though, because my stuff is like, I'd say my new album that was a combination of funk, a little bit of Afrobeat and alternative rock. It's a mix of stuff. I guess hip hop too, because I'm rapping. So it's like, it's a lot of different things.
Oh, I'm excited. And since we're on the topic of your work, like I want to know, because I saw on your Instagram, you posted something about your album that's coming out soon.
Yes, it's coming out soon. It's not gonna be released for maybe about 2 months, but I'm working on the artwork right now.
Ooh,
I'm working on the artwork, and I really want to have at least 2 music videos done before I release it, so I can, market it better and everything. Because long story short, I didn't used to market my stuff at all. Like I would just post on YouTube or something, and then post on IG when I would post or something, like once a week, say whatever and not hashtag. Like I was just like, hey, y'all can find this or not, like you know what I mean? Because I was like, because that's not part of the music. I used to feel so like, man, I don't want to have to think I have to post something, and I don't even take no pictures. But now, as I see, just getting a bunch of work done, and marketing is not as hard. If I break it down in this way and have it ready to go, then I don't have to worry about 4 things at once. So just working on that whole thing. I've been huge on the marketing aspect and trying to get this exposure the last year and a half, but it's still brand new. So yeah, it's the beginning. I hope this has an impact and people could actually bump the album. Yeah.
Is there anything you could tell us a little bit of the album? Like, does it have like a story arc in there, or is there?
Yeah, it actually. So I'll tell you what it's called. The album is called Monarch, like king, and it basically. I'll tell the short story or the short version of the story. It's like it has to do with a guy, could be a king, represents kind of everybody, but gets himself killed. Like I won't go into the details, but he gets himself killed, right? And he's literally dead. In the first song, he's a ghost and doesn't realize he has died. And it's called Last Year. And so he's like, last year I died. He's like singing it, but he don't realize it, right? And so the whole album, he's kind of going through important things and memories through his life until he gets to the last song, which is called Last Day. And he relives his last day, and he's like, this can't be my last day, and tried to prevent it, but it's too late because he died already. So it's like, yeah, so it's kind of dark, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's kind of dark, but it definitely this, I don't want to get too like, I don't know, it's not depressing to me at all, but I just don't want to sound like weird. But it's basically like, sometimes I don't know if you felt this way, but you kind of feel dead already. Like maybe you're not doing what you want to do, or maybe you feel powerless. You know what I mean?
That thing that they say, you're stuck in limbo type situation.
Yeah. Even if you got things and you're good, maybe you just you just don't know what to do, and you feel like every day is just like, bro, like I'm already in purgatory, whatever, limbo or something too. So
limbo.
That's kind of.
Yeah, actually, it's funny because Catherine's friend last night, we were talking about this because I'm actually going through it. Boy, I'm let me give you my money already, because your album is speaking to me, man. Because yes, I'm actually in that situation right now where it's like, okay, I'm working on this, I'm working on that, but I'm in this weird phase where like, okay, well, I'm stuck in one location, but I want to be in a different location, but you're just like trying to figure out how all of this is going to unravel. So sign me up, here, take my money. I'm ready for this album. I'm ready for this album. But
it's real important. Yeah, it's a serious topic to me too, just because I really live this art life. You know what I mean? Like I'm not good with my money. You know what I mean? I have a job. I work with kids and I love them and it's great. You know what I mean? And I get to make music all day. And things are going well now, but at the same time, I'm just saying, like, it's all about the art. It's when I have time to create. That's really what I care about. And, you know, helping my community and everything grow and all that kind of stuff. So the other stuff is just like secondary. So with me, if that other life stuff that don't really matter to me gets kind of tough and it kind of gets in the way of everything else, then I can start to feel really, really down and like, I don't even got time to make music today, or like this whole week I do have time, but I feel bad, you know, so I'm not creative. Yeah. So it's a constant battle of just being an artist and being like, damn, like I just got to do this every day. So the last like year recently, I've been feeling really good and really been making this every day, like no questions asked about it, like making beats and getting better and focusing. Like, I don't know. I'm always focused on getting better as a person, whatever the hell that means, and an artist.
Amen. No, I totally get it. Amen. It's all about being better, especially with what happened in 2020. We would hope that 2021 is a year of mental health.
I hope so. Like, it's okay so far. Yeah. I believe that.
But speaking of course, your single, Speak Up, was the first single that we ever played on the podcast.
Speak up. I really want to hear your voice, yeah, you gotta speak up. We don't really got a choice, yeah, speak up.
Yeah. What inspired it? Because I love that song. It's so beautiful. And you did it during, you know, the Black Lives Matter movement and of course the George Floyd protests. Like, what inspired you to write these lyrics, like, officially?
Yeah, no, I'm so glad you like it. Thank you. And it was definitely right after the George Floyd thing because, you know, I'm gonna say this, I've said it before, I say it again. It's this isn't new. This is nothing new that has happened in this country. And it's like, that was kind of the last straw for a lot of people at a time like that too, where it was like people came out and protested mid-COVID, like, oh, hell no. So, you know, to see that, like, it's just a build-up because it's about the one time and nothing, you know, you can't compare, one is worse than the other, but it's really all about the build-up, every single thing on top of it too, like every single year and week that somebody was murdered. And I remember having to just go to work the next day, like, how am I supposed to go to work right now, bro? Like,
I can relate to that so much.
You know what I mean? And I don't even have to do anything that crazy. I still had to just work with kids, but it's like to go in there and I don't, there's actually no white people in there or whatever, but it's like, we're all mixed, but it's kind of, you know, Black and Latino. But it's like, we don't really talk about political stuff. I usually try not to or something because somebody gonna say something weird or whatever. It's never anything bad. Like, I grew up in the South too, so it's like, things are way different out there. But yeah, like, I just remember having to go to work right after that happened, and that, like, I didn't want to do anything that day. Nobody wanted to do anything that day. I just wanted to, like, be thankful that I'm alive and made it past 25. Like, it's crazy to think about. So I had all these feelings.
To say that's a blessing for Black men right now. Like, that just blows my mind that you got to say, oh, you're lucky to make it to 25 right now. And it's not because of, you know, gang violence and stuff. It's legit because the statistics are being killed. That's just, you know, hopefully we can get better and get some reform, you know.
I know. It's one step at a time, and unfortunately, things aren't going to change quick at all, no matter what. But at the same time, there's good people out there. There always will be, and we as in just good people who want to do good, we will be in power one day. And you know, this is still kind of a little clown show in the White House and everything, just because of what we coming off of. We coming off of, like, you know.
You speaking truth right now, and I'm just smiling because I'm just like, I ain't gonna say.
I'm not gonna talk too deep about it. It's like everybody knows, but it's like, it's just a funny situation that we're in, which is more of a reason for me and everybody else. Like, art will save the world. If you haven't created something, then now's the time to do it. Like, I don't care if it's painting, like anything like that. I love all of that. It goes hand in hand, and you know, I'll say too, like, music, just like music and dancing, like, you can't have music without one without the other, like, and then, you know, painting, drawing and all that other kind of stuff, that all influences my music. And so being an artist, I feel like it's never one thing. Like it's everything, everything that you can create and do and see and hear, feel. That's what it is. So, and you don't even have to make music or do anything to be an artist. I saw a quote the other day. I think it was from some actor Viggo Mortensen or something like that. But he was like, you don't have to be an artist. You don't have to make anything to be an artist. It's just a lifestyle. It's the way you live, the way you see things.
That's 100% true.
Yeah, it's just the way you see the world. I love that. So
I'm wondering, do you have any goals or like things you want to accomplish in the near future, or like do you have anything like that?
You know what? I have a really specific goal that's kind of recent. I play a lot of video games and I like a lot of single player games. So I would love to team up. I don't care if it's like smaller computer game or something, but I would love to team up with any kind of company or like people starting out like anime or making games and stuff, and make a soundtrack for a game, like just to do.
Oh, that would
be
so dope.
It would just be sick. Yeah,
and
I do a lot of genres.
Justice, unlike Kingdom Hearts 3. No shade, no shade to him, but I'm just saying.
Yo, I feel you because when a video game soundtrack or a movie or anything, when it's cohesive, it hits so harder. Like it's just dope. So what was that joke that they said? Was it Billy Joel? I can't remember his name, for the Tarzan movie. They were like, he didn't have to go that hard for the soundtrack of Tarzan.
Oh, Phil Collins went super hard on that soundtrack. Yeah. It's like chill.
Oh, it was Phil Collins, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay.
I still love those songs. Like they're really good.
Yeah, I was dying when I saw that, because it's like you think about it, like those songs are better than the movie. Like they're like
I wanna know why the strangers like me. I'm like, hey, please stop
it's like, bro,
crying.
We just want you to do some little flicks, little things for the kids. Like this, you
yeah. Play the Usher version though.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to check that one out. Usher got a version. Like, hold up.
Oh yeah, You'll Be in My Heart. Because Disney at one time used to do the Disney Mania CDs. So they pick a Disney star artist to re-sing like a Disney classic, and Usher did You'll Be in My Heart from Tarzan. Yeah, that remix, I freaking love it.
I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, that's
check it out. Like, check it out right after this. It's a really good like cover. At least to me, I love that cover of it.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would love to do video game soundtrack. That would be like, that'd be so cool, because I even if it was a bad game, I'd be playing it. Like we were just talking about.
That's all that matters. That's royalties, regardless.
Bumping it. So I think that would be cool, and also to do some kind of like to get a song featured in a TV show once or something. That would be pretty cool.
Is there a particular TV show you would hope one day?
Well, at one point it was like Insecure, but everybody hopped on that.
Why did I think you were gonna say that? I was gonna say like. I would say I feel like you should be on Insecure, but they got one more season left, so I don't.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's already a wrap, and they already featured a hell of a lot of people, and they put them on, and they're doing amazing stuff. But it's like, because Raphael Sadiq, I think, does the soundtrack, right?
Yeah, and there's also Atlanta. Atlanta's still on, so.
Yeah. There's that show. Honestly, I'm in the film too. Like, I really want to make my own stuff. I got some random scripts. I got like cartoon ideas. I went to school for film and music, audio and video production. So I do freelance like stuff on the side too, but I really would love to do some kind of like short film or like actual film, whatever. Because I've done soundtracks before for like, Friends project, for like whatever, like school projects and stuff back in the day. And they'd be like, can you make little beats for the movies? And it was just like the coolest thing. I'll still watch some old movies on YouTube and be like, that's my song, right? Got like 100 views. I'm like, this is fire. So yeah, it's really fun to collab in a big project like that. Anything.
How does your family feel about your music career?
You know what? They listen to pretty much like everything, and it's pretty dope because I don't know, it took me a while to be able to perform in front of people, and the most beautiful thing is the first time that I really played and sang my song in front of people was my family, like for one Christmas. And I remember they was like, well, they're like, he played guitar? Like, oh, okay, he's been playing for a while. And I like actually sang, and they were just like so like impressed. But that's back when, you know, I was super nervous. I hadn't played a show yet. So for that to be my first experience of playing music, and for my family to be like, yo, keep going, like that's very important to my career. Because I know a lot of people, I work with kids, and we try not to put them on stage if they're not prepared, right? Because you don't want them to have some kind of experience of like, oh, I wasn't even ready for this. And yep, or they do bad, or somebody makes fun of them, like they might not ever do it again. It's very serious. So yeah, I think my family's really supportive, and they check out everything that I do, and it's like I do it for them. You know, you got to figure out your reason why you do things, and I definitely do it for them, just to be able to one day be like, hey, I got y'all's plane tickets for the show or something, like come out to LA. You know, it's not happening tomorrow, but it's gonna be soon. So
I know you said family, but do you have any siblings? Are you the oldest? Yeah. Are you the youngest? Oh, you're the oldest?
Sister. No, my oldest sister. So I'm the youngest. Yeah.
Okay, how does she feel about it? Like, my baby brother is a musician. Go listen to his music, y'all.
She loves it, yo. She low key or high key the most supportive, because she'll like repost all my stuff, you know, like, or once, like if she won't even tag, I'll like go to her Instagram, like be a video of me that she posted, and be like, oh, what's up? Like,
that's
I have to show her some more love, or like on Twitter or something. So no, she's like, she'll watch the live shows. Yeah, she's the best, yo. She's the best. So
that's cool so nice.
And she's huge. Like, I don't even know if I told her that, but she'll have to watch this. But she's huge in like influencing my music career and style too, because you know, my parents, obviously I got music from them, listening to Frank Sinatra, Santana, you know what I mean, like older people, whatever. To the moon. Exactly. And my sister put me on to a Tribe Called Quest. She was the first person to play me the Tribe Called Quest, and that's my favorite rap band, like, of all time. So
Check Around's my favorite song, so you ain't gonna say.
Yeah, that's my favorite
song,
rap
Check Around.
R.I.P. to Five Dog, but that's like my rapping style, like usually too. So I really like that chill, just, you know, just talking
that
about
intellectual rapping where you gotta think, like literally. That's what I loved about Tribe Called Quest. Every single lyric, you literally thinking about it.
Yeah, yeah, they have all those lines in it. So yeah, she was a big influence on that. That's cool.
All right, so we're at that end of our interview, and I have one last question. Could be for you, or you know, for your fans who are like still trying to get to know you. So I want to know, out of all the songs that you've done so far, you could pick one or two, like that you've written so up to date. Which one describes you, or it speaks to you the most?
Oh man, it probably would be "It's Been a Minute." That was like one of my biggest first singles, and that's probably the most popular song that I have out. And also Somebody, that's the newer one that's kind of funky. It's just like it's very chill. The hook is like, "Are you that somebody for me?" You know, kind of Aaliyah inspired, but it's a funky, happy dance track kind of thing. So that one's cool. But yeah, "It's Been a Minute" is like the first one I came out with that people have told me multiple times, like different people, like, "Oh yeah, that's like your sound." Like that's I'm like, okay, cool. And like I said, I've been making music my entire life. I made that, but I was like 25, you know what I mean? Like I didn't have my sound until then. Like I probably got my sound 24, 25, whatever. Like I had it, I knew what I was doing. And when I'm producing tracks, I know where I'm going, you know what I mean? So this takes so much time. And I don't do this at all anymore, but like I would just advise to younger homies, never compare yourself to anybody, dog, because it don't matter what Lil Uzi or Usher's doing when your music don't even sound like them. You know what I mean? So, and you could like or hate anybody, everybody's gonna have their opinion, but I would just advise, like, put the blinders on, because when you do that, you make music that's you, and you don't got to worry about nothing else, man. If it don't pop off, don't kill yourself. Like, you know, everybody can't be Justin Bieber, dog. So it's just how it is. But yeah, like I just think like releasing stuff, putting your name out there, doing something that's genuine is gonna take off way more than, you know, just hopping on trends. So yeah, I think "It's Been a Minute" is be the song. That'd be the song. It's on my Spotify.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming out, and we're now, well, I wouldn't say coming out because like we're here in Zoom, but
yeah, right.
Like, no, thank you for your time, for real. Like I had fun kicking with you right now, and even before. Like I hope we can hang out soon again. Like
I know.
Fun. Yeah. So hopefully when I go back to LA. So
let's go. All right, yeah, thank you guys for having me. Thanks so much. You know, I watched a few of your podcasts, of course. Yeah, I watched a few of them. Yeah, so I love checking it out. Definitely, you know, let me know what it's out and everything. I'll post it again too, because I just, you know, I love listening to the conversations too, and people are creating a lot right now.
Yeah.
But you're really talented at what you do, and I've had interviews before that have not been good.
Oh, really?
You know, so I have too many stories. Yeah. No, I have too many stories.
You geeking with us. That's why you geeking with us. Come
I know
on.
exactly.
That's
exactly.
what it's about.
Yeah.
Props to you, Cat. Props to me. Props to you.
There's some awkward footage out there of me at some bad interview, like doing like a sing. What do you call it? When you like they tell you a word and you have to sing a song that comes to mind.
Oh,
It was the most
my God.
awkward.
Yeah.
Like,
The most awkward
does?
interview I've done in my life. Yeah. It was the weirdest interview. So it's somebody just sitting on the footage somewhere, and I like think about that interview constantly. Like, oh my God, that was the most awkward interview. Like somebody's gonna see that one day. Yeah, but no, point is, no, yeah, thanks for having me, and this is an awesome show. So I hope you guys continue this forever.
Oh, and then before we sign off, would you like to tell the viewers or your fans where to find your work and, you know, anything that's coming up?
Yes, for sure. Just hit me up, Forrest Del, Forrest with 2 R's, DEL. Check me out on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal. I'm on everything. And check out my SoundCloud, because that's where I release like unreleased tracks and kind of underground remix stuff. But the new album and everything will be streaming on all platforms. Get ready.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.